Cowboys are not that far away from the draft, and I can't wait for the draft to hit so that we can get all of the speculations away and we can just start doing evaluations on said player. Nevertheless, the Cowboys send 2 scouts out to see Dicker the kicker. Yep. The University of Texas kicker, he's their best draft prospect for the 2022 season, and I'm quite sure that the Cowboys looked at everything and said, hey, let's go send some scouts down that way and let's solidify this kicking situation. Now, they do have Chris Nagar still on the roster. We all know we want competition. We don't want to give anybody just the position, right? So Cameron Dicker, he's a really good kicker, and I think that the Cowboys should take a real good look at him. And if he's still hanging around on the latter end of the draft, then why not pull the trigger and draft this guy? If not, if he's available as a undrafted guy, then you go and do that. But I'm quite sure that he should be a guy that the Cowboys need to look at. Also, the Cowboys scouting department, as far as the information that was given to some of the people out here, that they are high on Isaiah Spiller. Wow. Isaiah Spiller didn't put up good numbers at the combine. However, his tape streams at you in a different way, right? We know that he's faster on tape. He didn't run that fast in the combine. Of course, I get it. However, when you look at Isaiah Spiller and you think of the running backs that we got now, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, we don't know. We flat out don't know what Tony Pollard going to do for this year or what he will be asking for as far as money next year. Why not bring in somebody that you can develop and also pick up the system in the scheme now? And I like Isaiah Spiller's tape, and he's a good insurance plan, right? Just in case something strange happened, right? So also within the confines of Texas guys, the people that they brought in for 30 visits or what have you, reports are saying that they are high on Danny Gray, Texas local, SMU product. SMU been a team that a lot of people can sit back and look at and say, yeah, they've been developing wide receivers. And why not take a real good look at Danny Gray, 4.33 guy. You can put him on special teams as well as a guy that you can develop on the outside, and he can give you inside play, right? And on top of that, you need somebody that can take the top off the defense. So shout out to Danny Gray. But not just Danny Gray, Reggie Robinson, who lamented that he is a diehard Cowboy fan, and he would love to play for the silver and blue with the star on the side of his helmet. And he can give you punt return, kickoff return there. So Reggie Robinson, and we had a Reggie Robinson before on this team, but this is another Reggie Robinson. Nevertheless, speed is speed. He developed well as a wide receiver. He got a lot of good quickness, and he's a go-getter. High point the ball, bring it out of the sky. Shout out to him. We always looking. And the other guy, of course, we've been talking about this for months now, Kenyan Green, a good guard / center / tackle. He can play anywhere on the offensive line. They like his tape. They like his ability. They like how he get to the second level. Of course, you guys know my favorite is Zion Johnson. But, hey, if Kenyan Green is there and Zion is gone, then you pick up Kenyan Green, right? And you do your homework and you make sure versatility is his strong suit, right? You got a guy that you can put inside as well as a guy that can be positional flex as your center. Why not? It's voila, magic, right? So those guys that the Cowboys are really looking at, I'm not saying that the Cowboys will draft these guys, but those guys can probably help this team out, right? The reports out that the draft picks, it's a 40% hit. 40% of the guys pretty much flop, pretty much don't live up to expectations. That's a high percentage, especially when you think of it as a draft picks. These are not guarantees. One can argue, Law, that number is too low. It need to be 50 to 60%. It's a lot of turnovers in the NFL as it relates to the war of attrition, right? The Cowboys also, Zarek Cooper, not Amari, but Zarek Cooper. Look up him. He's a quarterback and got a decent arm, but look him up. You know, always, Cowboy Nation, be sure to turn over every stone. Never leave no stone unturned, right? And he could be a guy that probably go undrafted and they bring him in. It could be one of those situations. But nevertheless, you should always look into that. You got Cooper Rush as your backup. You got Benjamin DiNucci as your third string quarterback who's selling products and merch. I mean, his sales are pretty much crazy in Dallas. All of the players buying into what he's selling, which is cool. Man got a business mind at heart. And let's not forget about Will Greer, right? He's on the team still, and he can't wait for practice. He can't wait for training camp. He can't wait for preseason, right, to showcase his talent and let everybody know, hey, he's not falling completely off the wagon. He's there, right? So, Cowboy Nation, I look at this thing totally as it is right now. I can't wait till the draft actually hit so we can remove all of the speculation for the nation, and it will be something tangible that we can really look back at and say to ourselves, man, oh man, this team changed because of this team changed because of that. The actual situations to go into details of how a player can help you out. Now, around this time last year, a lot of you guys didn't see Parsons on this team, right? You guys couldn't imagine the Cowboys moving from the 30th ranked defense down to the 12th ranked defense, basically being the best defense in the NFC East, because last year around this time, a lot of Washington Commander fans were saying, hey, they are the best defense. They will be the 85 Bears, right? In the near future. And just like that, a lot of things change. So what I'm looking for now is how Dan Quinn's team can build upon what they did last season. And most of you guys are looking at it like, hey, we need a lot of pieces to help that out. Not really. We need one or two pieces, basically. And I'm quite sure that the free agency after the draft, it'll open back up. There will be some players that's on some teams now that they're going to get released because of whoever they drafted. So this team will be pretty much okay. We are in the hope year, right? The hope year, that's my slogan for the year. Hold on, pain is ending. That's my acronym, HOPE. We hoping. We hope that we can get better production out of Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler, right, than what Randy Gregory brought to the table. We hope that we can find a wide receiver that can bring us better or similar or close production of what Amari Cooper brought to the table, right? And I believe that Amari Cooper brought in a lot of hitting productions, but we can only hope for right now. James Washington can step up. We can only hope that Michael Gallup can come back and be back to being Michael Gallup, right? We can only hope those things, that CeeDee Lamb can play up to the level we want to see him at. No longer going up against the 2s and the 3s, but now he will be going up against the 1s, right? That's all we got left. And we hope that Rayne Dakota Prescott, that there's no regressions, right? We need for that guy to improve. And last year, for most people, although the Cowboys went 12-5, to their account, it felt like 5-12. So we can only hope that Dak Prescott, he said these words, not me, pressure is a privilege. So let's continue to have those privileges, right, Dak? Let's continue to develop and get better. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Salute.